What's going on, y'all? It's your big brother Trenius. You tuned in again to another exclusive video. I'm chilling tonight. Thank y'all so much for being subscribed to the channel. Thank y'all so much for watching every single video. Even during the transition of me, finally being able to come out here to a whole nother country for the first time in my life. I really want to appreciate y'all and thank y'all for, liking the videos and commenting on the videos and, sticking around to see this whole journey. Y'all know I've been doing this for years, man. So I've always liked to take y'all to different places, and see new stuff. Just because, that's just being a leader that I am, I'm always like, if I do it first and I show that it's possible, then maybe other people will start thinking differently too. So, again, man, this has been a fun journey for me. I'm still out here in Thailand and I'm learning language. I'm learning a new language, man. This place is cool, man. It's, and this ties into this video I'm about to make, okay? This place is nothing like the States, man. It's nothing like the States. And I'm not making this video to look down on people who still back in the States. I'm just bringing it to awareness of what's going on from the outside looking in to the States. So, again, don't let this message make you butt hurt. I don't think I'm better than nobody or nothing. I'm just calling it like I see it every time I get on my phone and I get on social media, when I cut on the stuff I see online, on MSN, all that. Cause I just heard recently that back in the States they cutting food stamps, man. They cutting food stamps. Now, I don't really know the details on what, who food stamps gonna be taken away from them or the privileges people gonna lose with that was on food stamps. I don't really know how they're working. Somebody comment below and let me know exactly what they're doing because I don't know all the details on that. But I heard they cutting food stamps. Government assistance, government aid. That right there alone, you ain't gotta be a genius. You don't gotta be a astronaut, a rocket scientist, or nothing to know that if they cut in food stamps, how bad of a position the economy is in. That just tells you right there alone that that is terribly bad. That's bad when the government is shut down, right? I don't know how long it's gonna be shut down, but I don't think it's gonna open back up if they cut food stamps. Right? The government shut down over there because everybody divided. Don't nobody get along. We know that. Sorry, these bugs out here, y'all. I ain't even gotta be back in the States to see this shit happening with my own two eyes. I knew it when I was there. I seen the Great Divide when I was there. And that was part of the reason why I left. You know what I'm saying? I seen everybody isolated, everybody doing their own thing. Nobody gave a damn about nobody no more. And it was like every dog was for himself. Every man is for himself. Every woman for themselves. Everybody trying to get what they can get off of everybody. And it's just really for me, it was really no point in staying around no more. I had no friends. My phone was never ringing every day. Nobody cared about me, So I left because I wasn't about to be used by people who don't value who I am. And I wasn't about to be around a bunch of divided people. Because I seen that the States was getting worse and worse, man. Divided and more divided and more divided and more angrier, people more evil. It was just happening too fast, too rapidly. And I'm seeing the same stuff. Like me and my brother was looking at it. America is so freaking toxic, y'all. It's like compared to other places, even compared to Thailand, or you can compare it to China. America is toxic, and everything is way behind, y'all. Y'all don't know that because y'all can't see that, but the states are way behind in technology. Those states is behind in agriculture. The states is behind in economy. We know that. That's why they cut food stamps. The states is far behind in hospitality. Nobody loves anybody anymore. Nobody cherishes anybody anymore. And it is all driven by greed, capitalism, and pride. You know, it's crazy. They can still sit up here and call it the United States when it's divided. It just don't make no sense, bro. And like I said, man, I'm not a politician or nothing, but all this stuff is just gas, man. They want to keep the people down. They want to keep y'all down, bro. And then they want to sit back and just make all the money and just, you know, they live their fancy lifestyles, whoever they is, and they want to have y'all working, paying y'all hard-earned taxpayers' dollars, and they using it to fund stuff that you don't have no clue about. You feel me? And like I said, man, government, it's crazy they having to get rid of government assistance for people who can't afford to buy food. They cutting government assistance for people who can't afford to stay in government, low income, you know, people that stay in. They love them loud pipes out here. The car don't be going nowhere. The car went right to there from here. But anyway, bro, it's inevitable. The economic collapse in the states, it's inevitable. It's happening already. You know what I'm saying? It's happening already. Because like I said, capitalism is shrinking society. Everybody over there is only hungry for money. That's why it's collapsing. Because you can't operate a society where everybody's, you can't have a society where everybody walking around trying to take money from you. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, just if you got a TV, if you bought a brand new TV out there, as soon as you get the TV, when you pay for the TV, you gotta take the TV home and download Netflix, pay Netflix, download Disney, and then they got another one. They got Disney Plus. They got all these apps. Paramount, Showtime got an app. All the NFL games you gotta pay for now. You can't. If you a man, I remember as a man, I had to start buying league passes just to watch basketball and football. If I wanted to watch basketball when basketball season came around, I had to buy a damn pass on YouTube. Got to buy a pass for it on the apps, on the NFL apps. You got to buy $30 a month for that. And it's just like, even with game consoles like PlayStation, Call of Duty, Grand Theft, like all that stuff, you gotta buy it now. I remember once upon a time you could just play a damn game and just be kicking it with your cousins or friends and just enjoying the game. Now they got the game consoles hungry for money. If your kid want to play Fortnite, you gotta pay. The mama gotta pay the subscription for the kid to play Fortnite. You see what I'm saying? And bro, and like I say, and how can you charge people all this money for all this different stuff for internet? That ain't even talking about car insurance. That ain't talking about gas. That's not including Wi-Fi for your crib. That's not including your phone, your cell phone. That's not including none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's not including none of that. You know what I mean? But they got all y'all paying for all these different kind of things, right? They got y'all paying for all these different kind of things, and like I said, at the end of the day, it's like, how can a country thrive when everybody's always paying something just to make it? And like I said, bro, me personally, I caught on to that early because I'm like, yo, how am I making this amount of money, right? You don't gotta think too hard about it. And I just said to myself, how am I making this much money, but at the end of the day, I only got to see that much of it? And I'm an entrepreneur. I'm always productive and I'm always working hard. How is that adding up and mathing up? And that's why I say, me personally, I ain't wasting no time. I just was like, you know what? If I want to still take care of my business and handle my responsibilities, I can't do it here. And damn it, look what happened when I left. The government got shut down. Told you, man, it's bad from outside looking in. The states is on the verge of economic collapse, and they ain't even letting y'all know that. They ain't even telling y'all that. They just trying to make sure that y'all don't know, keep y'all blind, keep y'all in the darkness. They want everything that looks like it's so cool and so perfect, but in actuality, it's not. Nobody's happy. Nobody don't got no money. Everybody's barely making it. You know what I'm saying? You got people having to stay with their relatives. You got older people having to drive Ubers and Lyfts to make ends meet. It's terrible. You got grown adults that have to stay with another adult just so they can make it. And you mean to tell me everything is sweet? You mean to tell me the economy is great? It's not. Your mama, my mama, whoever mama, granddaddy, your grandma, your daddy, they still gotta work. Why? Because they can't afford to even retire, bro. Again, all these signs are all around that the economy is slowly collapsing. It ain't a recession no more. It ain't a depression. It is collapse. If you ask me, it's just like, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you do? Other than try to leave, or like I said, where me and my brother came together, came up with a plan. We had to link back up after all these years when we wasn't talking. Me and my brother, we wasn't talking to each other because we hated each other or we didn't like each other. We were just talking to each other because we were both having to do our own thing and work. We had to do what we had to do, but we figured out that coming together as a unit, as a team, is easier than doing it by yourself. And whatever disagreements that you have with your brothers or sisters or whoever you might want to do something with or link up with, you gotta do it, bro. Cause y'all walking around like y'all high and mighty, like y'all can't stay connected with each other, like ain't nobody, like family can't be family no more, whatever the hell's going on, this dysfunction and shit. You ain't gonna do nothing but fall more and more into debt, fall more and more into isolation, and you're gonna be more and more miserable. And it's gonna get more and more harder as they continue to squeeze the lemons of all that's left. Cause they ain't gonna change, they ain't gonna make nothing better, they can't. It's already gone, if you ask me. And like I said, every time I get back on my social media, and I don't always be looking for this. I ain't like manifesting this type of energy, but I'm just saying, I keep track of stuff that's going on over there. All you see is people fighting. That's all you see on people fighting, arguing. That's how you know the economy is bad, when you have all these unalivings and you see all these people fighting. Can't even go to a party no more without somebody spinning the block at a party. You can't even jog through a park without seeing homeless people everywhere. Can't even ride through your local city and you got people under bridges. You got the shelters overcrowded. Can't even go get a bed in the shelter no more, I don't think. It's crazy. Can't afford houses. Can't buy a house. Can't buy a brand new car. Can barely afford an apartment. Apartments are $1,500, $2,000 in ridiculous amounts of money when you paying $500 over here. That's why people is like leaving, bro. That's why people is getting the hell up out of Dodge, because they can't. That's why people getting out of Dodge, because they can't make ends meet no more. They can't afford to. They ain't paying nobody nothing. That's why they got the government shut down. They don't want nobody to thrive, bro. And I'm not gonna get into the politics of why the government shut down. I know why it's shut down, but at the end of the day, all that petty stuff that they got going on, they don't care about the people. That's who is affecting the most. The people, the have-nots, the people that just at the bottom. It's affecting the people the most. And they don't care about the people at this point. Because if they did, they would open up the government. They would give back the food stamps. They would not start cutting government assistances. But that's what they doing now. They starting to cut government assistance. And I wouldn't be surprised if they keep on going down the list of government assistance that they have for people. You got the food stamps and the EBT, right? What else is a government assistance program? Welfare, something like that. Welfare. If that's one, I think so. They gonna cut that probably. All your old people, your senior citizens discounts, they probably gonna stop doing that. They probably already gonna stop doing that because you see old people still working at jobs now, can't even retire. All the government funding is about to be taken away. If you ask me, if food stamps going away. Your wives, you're collecting your alimony, they coming for that too. They know y'all ain't working. I ain't talking about you. If you watch me, subscribe. But they know people ain't working, and they know people ain't working, but they know people still collecting government aid money from programs that they have created, right? And they know a lot of y'all is not working, but y'all getting government aid. That's the stuff they cutting. I'm just saying. Some of y'all depend on that stuff. I ain't never really I ain't never got no government aid except for when I was younger. And that was my relative that, was on stuff like that, trying to help feed me and stuff like that. But for people that depend on stuff that the government have in place for you to get paid, keep depending on it if you want. Because the way it's looking, it look like they about to stop everything. They about to roll in this new thing that they got going on, whatever that may be. They about to shut all this money down that y'all get from the government or whatever. They gonna shut all them programs down, and they gonna leave nobody with nothing. Because like I said, if you ask me, they just trying to squeeze the lemons. They trying to squeeze the economy for what all is left. And I think they just want people to just be under control. That's what it look like from out here. Because like I say, I'm still American born. I love America. But it's not the same America that I known 10 years ago. It's not the same country I grew up in when I was younger. And that's why I'm somewhat disappointed in the United States that I loved once upon a time. It's just, there's no more unity. There's no more unity. There's no more unity. No more aid and care for the vets. Nothing. Senior citizens, the men, there's nothing for the men. And it's just disappointing to see the country just begin to decline like this. Very heartbreaking. I got people that still stay back in the States, you know what I'm saying, that I'm close to. And it's just very heartbreaking because I don't even think a lot of people like that. No, I don't even think a lot of people even know that this is happening. They just going about their everyday lives, just trying to make it. But again, this message is coming from a guy whom has learned to take care of himself for the past, ever since I was 18, 19 years old. And I've always had money coming in from one of my creative businesses or, this channel. I've always been the type of guy to be have some motion. And I'm just telling you, coming from me, having motion out there is like pinching pennies, bro. So if I say that, I don't know what you don't understand, because it ain't looking nice, man. But anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all for too long, man. I gotta get in here and eat this salad. I'm hungry. Again, if you want to talk to me personally, one-on-one, man, all my sessions is affordable now. Okay, all that stuff is gonna be in the bottom comments. Book a session with me. Talk to Big Bro Tren. If you want to join the Chosen Ones co-ed society and you want other, fellow Chosen Ones to talk to, join the Chosen Ones co-ed society, men's and women group. We talking there. I will be active in there the next few days, by the way. So make sure you join us in that Chosen Ones group. What else is next? Oh, and if you want the lost information for the Star Season, the Chosen One, I got volume 5, 6, and 7 running, okay? You can get those volumes down in the comment section below. All right, and again, folks, I'm selling my channel, one of my YouTube channels. They got over 3,000 subscribers. Send me an email. It is not free, okay? It's not free, and I'm selling that for $2K. 3,000 subscriber channel. It's almost monetized. You're gonna be able to quit your job or maybe even move out the country with the channel. Do what you gotta do. Opportunity exists. It's available for you if you want to buy the channel. Contact me by email. First come, first serve. I'm getting rid of it. I'm already talking to people right now. Whoever first want to send me the money for it, I'm gonna give them the channel. They're gonna have a whole big channel with 3,000 subscribers. So, I don't know, man. With that being said, I just pray that the country gets better. I pray to God that it don't go the way we expected it to go. I hope the hurricane shift direction or something. But like I said, folks, from the way it looks, man, it's just getting terrible out there, y'all. It's getting terrible. It's getting bad if you see Birdman and Master P try to come together and make a reunion to earn some money off the folks. Even though I love Master P, and I like Birdman too a little bit. But that shit is getting bad when you got them coming together to make money and perform. You know how old they is, man. But that's what the music artists going through nowadays. They ain't got no money to make, so they going to the drastic measures to keep the industry rolling, to keep sports rolling. That's why you see athletes now getting on podcasts. Look at Cam Newton. He on YouTube now. He was an NFL player. You got people coming to make podcasts now because there ain't no money out there, folks. The only money you can make now is by being creative and expressing yourself. Something for you, like on YouTube. Well, I told you, if you want that channel, you gotta get that channel. This is the last call, bro. I ain't gonna say no more. I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. It's your big brother Tren, man. Y'all God bless, man. Y'all have a peaceful night or a peaceful day over there. It's about to be Tuesday over here. I know y'all just not coming into Monday, but I will see y'all in the next video. Make sure you subscribe, man. Peace.